I take this opportunity to thank Lorraine and all the team at Terabin for giving me this opportunity to be here among you. I will discuss here the topic of mobile advertising and creating an opt-in base for mobile advertising. And I want here to stress that operators have the choice of either to select to go to choice number one, which is a spam world, where they can sell bulk SMS in wholesale and give it to bulk resellers and advertisers who can send multiples and millions of spam to their users, or they can move to the choice number two, which is to move towards a permission-based, preference-based mobile advertising. And quoting the speech I have just heard from Andrew Hanna from Viva Bahrain, that telecoms is a game of skill. I think operators should follow their intuition and move towards the more skillful and the more intelligent decision of moving to a permission-based, preference-based mobile advertising platform. Because in a spam world, what happens is that mobile users are potential customers in the mind-eye of advertisers, and they want to send targeted or want to send spam messages to them telling them about their product. So a car manufacturer sends bulk SMS to advertisers. One of them is saying, why you are sending me that? I'm not expecting to receive an invitation or an ad from a car manufacturer. Someone else does not really into cars at all. And some recognize it's really a spam, and I have to delete it right away. So we will find that there are many experiences that will be experienced by customers. Many of them will not accept receiving spam. They will ignore the message. Maybe they will delete it. They will not read it. And maybe they will start to feel angry about the brand itself. And only few people will see it is really a good car and it's really a good offer, and maybe will react on it. So if I am a marketing manager in an advertiser or in a brand like a car manufacturer, and I see this is the way it's happening, only few people really get interested in the offer, and the rest did not really appreciate it, or maybe even have built up some kind of negative feelings towards my brand, then it's a very big issue. I will start to feel as a marketing manager that I'm spending money and giving money away. I'm investing a lot of money to buy millions of bulk SMSs, sending them to customers, and then no one is really interested in my brand. Not only that, the brand itself is at risk, because people are telling, yes, I'm getting from GM messages every day and night, I will not buy anything from GM. So, to overcome this and to do it in an intelligent way, we have to create an opt-in based and a permission-based mobile advertising. And this is the only reasonable option I see. But then, is it an easy accomplishment? Is it something that we can easily do? I believe we should first give a clear promise to our users, to mobile users, telling them that this is a mobile advertising service that you can join for free. If you don't like it at any time, you can simply opt out, tell us not to contact you anymore. And this service is completely, and I'll stress again, completely free of charge. No hidden fees of any kind are there. Then the customer will feel that he's giving a true promise, and he will interact and will accept to be part of the service, and he will opt in for the service to receive ads. And then another question, actually it's a very debatable topic here. Incentives. Should we give incentives to users to opt in for mobile advertising and to get advertising on their mobile? Should we give them freebies? Actually, I'm not against giving incentives to users, but I'm just insisting here that we should be careful about it because many people might get their incentive and that's it. They will not respond to any advertising campaign by any means. And some people will, okay, you want me to opt in, I will opt in. While opting in, I will tell you that I have 50 years old, I like sports, and in real life, I like music. So we should be careful when we adapt an incentive strategy. And now it's a complicated topic a little bit. How technically can we build and create this opt-in base that is accepting to receive ads from advertisers? These graphs were taken from a real-life example we did at Mobinil. And we are, this week we're approaching 2 million users opting in for mobile advertising, giving their permission to receive ads, and sharing with us their preferences, their interests, and everything about them. So what we did at that time is that we started with a message that we tested the market with. We said, okay, opt in for our program. We used some kind of a sentence. And then after some time, we analyzed the results. We used like 4 or 5 different variations of the invitation message. And after some time of analyzing results, we came up that we should capitalize in one particular message. And then we started the second wave of invitations. And then after we got some real feedback from users, using some qualitative research, we discovered that we should move to message number 3, 4, and then 5. And then we noticed that a ramp-up happened when we used invitation messages to opt in, along with reminders. And then we got another significant ramp-up when we started to use targeted invitations. So the invitation message that is targeting data users will be different than the invitation message targeting people that do not use data or do not use SMS or so. Another findings from a real-life situation is that while inviting people, we used to invite them to opt in for mobile advertising from the morning till the evening. We noticed that there are like 4 or 5 hours a day that have somehow better opt-in rates. So of course, we can capitalize on those hours. And if we look at a week window, 1 week window, so we'll find that we should avoid sending invitations on the weekends because people maybe on the weekends have different mindsets. They are not in the right mood to opt in for services. And then from a system capacity perspective, we have like a capacity for messaging coming in and out from the mobile advertising platform. We have to respect this capacity so that the invitations should follow a pattern every 20 minutes so that at the end, the volume of invitations and the volume of responses will not exceed system capacity. So the bottom line out of this design is that invitations should be managed in an efficient way. So let's look now at the customers after implementing a mobile advertising that is based on permission and preferences and see what will happen to the feedback we got from customers. This feedback is based on qualitative research results. We'll find that some customers will say, I'm getting too many campaigns. This is the 10th campaign I get this week, so come on, what is going on? Some people will express their gratitude and they are completely happy about it. And some people will complain that they are not getting enough campaigns. They are not getting enough advertising campaigns. So if we try to look at the whole picture of or the different feedback we got from different users, we'll find that mainly people that used to somehow the yellow ones that used to say I'm getting too much campaigns, too many campaigns. Those people are really, they were mainly in the youth segment that it started by many advertisers were targeting them. They are high spenders. Every advertiser wants to address them. While people that got very low number of campaigns, like I opted in and I did not get any campaigns, he is a low spender that lives outside Cairo. Not a lot of advertisers wants to communicate or wants to connect with this user. So that's why he did not or she did not receive a lot of campaigns. We can say that if we tackle these points by setting campaign temporal caps, we can say, okay, the maximum number of messages that should be sent to users will be like 5 a week. In that case, you will eliminate the yellow ones and maybe will turn them into green. And if you set relevant animation campaigns, animation campaigns are designed to target those ones. So people who said, where are the offers? I opted in and did not get any campaigns. They should be animated somehow. Even if people at GM or Adidas do not want to target people in Aswan at that time, so maybe the house, or I mean the operator, should communicate to those users, giving them some kind of advertising about the operator itself, or giving them some kind of infotainment or some kind of material that can be helpful to them. And hopefully the yellow and the green dots will turn green. So to sum up now, we should be aware that advertisers' spending in spam is not justified. The spam as well puts the brand at risk. We should give true and relevant promise to our users. We should think carefully about adapting any incentive strategy. We should manage invitation effectively, set campaigns temporal caps carefully, and set relevant animation campaigns. And finally, thank you. Time of questions. Any questions?
An opinion here. I think the telecom industry should look at how the web industry really achieved the trick. I don't hear anybody complaining about, for example, the sponsored ads shown by Google when you Google the web, because it's related to what you are searching for example. And Amazon.com, for example, are not asking you about your preferences. They only use machine learning in the back scenes to see what kind of goods, books you are interested in. So in your case, you should look at how to use applications with mass acceptance to estimate the user's preferences, and then use these applications as the vehicle to bring the advertisement. Thank you very much.
Okay. Roaming or not. So all of this behavioral data that we collect from, and part of our data warehouse in Mobinil, we use in this platform. However, there are some information that we cannot get by focusing on the current usage and the current behavior of users. It's like the age. Because in Mobinil, this is the status in the Egyptian market. I'm not sure it is there in the other markets, but in the Egyptian market, you can buy a mobile without even giving your ID, or without giving your real age, or your name, or your gender. So to know the user's name and gender, we have to ask them. We have to ask them, how old are you, so that we can determine in which group they are. And we have to ask them about their gender. That's why we have to ask some questions about it. And for the preferences themselves, we are giving users, by setting the preferences they like, is that we put them in the driving seat to receive only ads that are related to their preferences. I'm not really sure that this answered your question, but okay, maybe we can discuss it later. Okay.
Hi, Zach Murad, Eurisco Mobility. I think what we do is basically solves your issue and answers his question. We do consumer behavioral mining on mobile apps in order for us to detect certain trends of usage within the app itself. And once we know that, then we kind of know the age bracket of the user. Now, what I want to ask you, what you spoke about is mainly SMS, correct?
Yes, I was mainly focusing on the push channels, SMS,
Right.
SMS dialogue, MMS, and MMS dialogue.
What about push notifications did you start that form of advertising in Egypt? And if not, when will you?
In Egypt, we launched the push channels that includes SMS, SMS push, MMS, and MMS push. So these were the ones that were already launched. We have a roadmap that will involve launching other services in 2011 and in 2012 and 13 that will involve display channels as well as other push channels as well.
All right, thanks.
Yes.
On mobile advertising in Egypt.
Have any what?
Any regulatory, the regulatory
yes,
regulation on it, and because the customers will start complaining that they are being bothered unnecessarily, and if there are any guidelines, and what has that affected your ability to do your mobile marketing in Egypt? So just share with us.
That if a user wants to not to receive any ads, simply they can ask their name or their number to be put on the blacklist. But actually, in Mobinil, what we did is that we took it even more seriously, and we said no, we will not allow any advertising to any customer. We will only send advertising to customers who opt in and give their permission to receive ads. Maybe we are expecting that the regulator might move to this point later, but we try to be as much as proactive as possible. Yes.
Implemented is the opt-in. Mm-hmm. Do you also have the opt-in for your own advertising, like when Mobinil is advertising about their promotions and offers, or do you send it to the mass of the customers?
Yeah, actually, products, we don't ask users to opt in to receive any information about Mobinil own products. So if that is your question, if this is a Mobinil product and they are Mobinil customers, we inform them about any new products that happens to be launched in Mobinil, and we give them information about it without asking them to opt in for something, because we believe it's a kind of CRM. We only use the opt-in approach for external advertising.
They don't even opt out. So they don't even opt out from Mobinil ads. And I'm just trying to understand how the regulation is, because I'm just comparing it with other regulations. So.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. For the Mobinil only campaigns, we send them without opt-ins. We got some complaints, even people asking not even to receive Mobinil campaigns. And we have a blacklist of dials that are not allowed to be contacted by any means. But this is only, it's not a very big list. And there is no regulations about it, by the way. Mm-hmm.
Talking about apps.
Yes.
How come you don't have the same thing Amazon and Google have, for example? If you have, let's say, an application, a shopping application that everyone in Dubai is using, then you can actually know the exact shopping patterns, behavioral patterns of everybody. So how can't you use that? Why don't you use that to deliver your advertisement instead of using SMSs?
Yeah, actually, it's a very good question, actually. In the Egyptian market, we have very low penetration of data usage. And only few people that really have like 1 million or 2 million active data users out of more than 30 million users. So for advertisers, their market is to reach the masses, everyone.
So you are saying you have to rely on SMSs?
Have to?
You have to rely on SMSs only in that case?
Not to rely on, But let's say that SMS interactivity itself is one of the key channels that is really available, and everyone with any handset can use it. More channels are there and will be launched soon. And the more we launch more channels, we allow some new channels, new mediums for advertisers to use. But the market is like 90%, the market size in terms of mobile advertising, 90% is on push SMS.
No, actually, I don't have exact figures, but the penetration of the smartphones in the region is deep, I guess. So are you talking about Egypt only?
Yeah, in the Egyptian market, it is really an issue to have, because the handset mix in Egypt is not that good.
Oh.
Maybe in other markets in the region, they should work hand in hand, display channels, including web and web, as well as push channels as well. But in the Egyptian market, maybe 90% of the market was towards push.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yes, please.
Since you're...
Where is Khavaga? From UNET? Ah, so you did not ask me. I was expecting your question.
MS should be more successful because SMS requires learned faculties. You know, the typing is a learned faculty, reading is a learned faculty, whereas if you are relying on rich media, multimedia, you are using pictorial graphics, pictures, and voice, which is all natural faculty. So this media should allow you to have bigger audience, acceptability, people can listen, see the picture, but then it has to be counterbalanced with the quality of handsets.
Exactly.
So, but still, if you can have a platform that can address 2G, so 2G will include feature phones as well. So what is your view on the success and why that success is not happening quick enough with multimedia, because it does not feel that barrier, that the learning faculty barrier, which I call?
Actually, I think sending advertising on MMS has very good impact. The response rate we used to get from MMS campaigns is much higher than the SMS. We believe in the Egyptian market, where there is still a high rate of illiteracy, we believe that MMS is a very good option. But again, there is a kind of wall that we have to somehow find a way to overcome, which is a handset mix. Not a lot of handsets in the Egyptian market are MMS capable. And even if they are MMS capable, somehow the settings on the handset is not configured properly. So yes, the MMS is a very good option, but it is very difficult to capitalize on. It requires a lot of market education to reach an acceptable and a good penetration rate. Okay, thank you everyone.